Today, I'm going to show you 7 trending color combinations that will make any summer look seem richer and more sophisticated. These palettes are in the biggest store windows right now, but most women still don't know how to use them. It's not about spending more, it's about understanding what makes one color look expensive next to another. The first combination starts with a color that seems simple, but has a pairing that very few people are using right. Trick 1. You look in the mirror wearing light blue, and something doesn't click. The look is pretty, but it lacks weight. It lacks that feeling of being considered. The problem is almost always what appears beside that color. The first of 7 combinations solves exactly that. A light blue button-down shirt with straight dark chocolate pants and nude strap sandals. Then, the same shirt with light jeans and white sneakers. The difference is striking. Light blue is cool, light, airy. Chocolate is warm, deep, carries a feeling of quiet luxury. Together, each brings out the best in the other. Stylists call this cool-warm contrast, one of the most used resources in summer editorials. A light blue flared dress with a structured coffee brown bag, a thin gold earring, and caramel mules. The rule that stays: light blue looks richer with deep brown. Baby blue with baby pink dilutes everything. The look loses identity. Trick 2. The white that most women use wrong is the cold, hard white, as if immaculate brightness were synonymous with elegance. It's not. What stylists are choosing this summer is soft white, off-white, ivory, cloud dancer, because it has a subtle warmth that optical white doesn't have. This is the second trick of 7. Just look. Ivory linen pants with a warm white shirt and a structured caramel bag. Already looks expensive, right? But something's missing. The completing detail is gold. A thin gold earring there transforms the combination. That's what separates a light look from a washed-out one. Pantone chose exactly this family of warm whites as a 2026 color. It's no coincidence it appears in every refined editorial of the season. But the next trick will surprise you, because it involves a color that most women are afraid to wear, and that done right illuminates the face like few others. Trick 3. Do you tend to look at your wardrobe and leave the yellow aside, thinking it's too bold? This is 3 of 7, and here you'll understand why that's exactly what separates an ordinary look from one that illuminates. Butter yellow, that soft, almost vanilla yellow, has a property that few tones have. It reflects warm light near the face. The result is that feeling of rested skin, of a woman who is well, without anyone being able to explain why. Look at this combination: straight white pants, a butter yellow crepe blouse, and a caramel strap sandal. It already works, but the detail that elevates is the thin cognac belt. It anchors the silhouette and gives the entire look a fine leather finish. Elegant yellow doesn't shout. The mistake is wearing it too saturated or in the wrong tone. In butter, with a warm white base and a caramel touch, it becomes one of the most refined combinations of summer 2026. The next one starts with a color that seems too simple and will make you rethink everything you thought about looking sophisticated. Trick 4. And there's a color that most people underestimate too much. Green. Not the green you're thinking of. Forget neon green. Flag green. I'm talking about sage green, the one with a grayish base, slightly hazy. It's exactly that base that makes it look expensive. This is 4 of 7, and it's a bigger revelation than it seems. The common mistake is pairing green with pure white, or worse, with other vivid tones. The look is pretty, but it stays simple. The correction is to pair it with ivory, sand, or brown, and then everything changes completely. Look at this outfit. A sage green shirt with straight ivory pants and thin strap brown sandals. It looks put together, fresh, intentional. Now the detail most people ignore, the accessory. Swap the generic bag for a structured caramel bag and add a discreet gold earring. Did you see what happened? The look went from pretty to refined. The green is no longer floating. It's anchored. This works because sage green naturally speaks to earthy tones. The ivory opens. The brown gives depth, and together they create an adult, very well-resolved image. Also works: an olive green dress with natural leather flat sandals and a cognac belt. It looks like it was chosen by someone who understands color. Avoid heavy accessories and prints that steal the serenity of the palette. The next trick involves 2 colors that most people use separately: And when they appear together, they create something that few can explain, but everyone notices. Before we continue, here you don't just learn fashion, you learn the invisible codes that stylists use to make a woman be seen as elegant and important. If you want to keep learning these secrets, click the button below and subscribe to the channel now. Trick 5. You know that pink you love, but that sometimes seems too girlish for a more important occasion. That's the problem the 5th trick solves. And the solution is simpler than it seems. This is 5 of 7, and it arrives on an upward curve. The previous palette played with calm and neutrality. This one enters with personality. Think of a scene. You're heading out to a dinner. You grab the rosé blouse that looks beautiful on your skin tone, look in the mirror, and feel the look was almost right. Something was missing that you can't name. The problem is almost always that the pink is alone, without a color that anchors it. The answer is wine. Just see what happens when the rosé satin blouse appears with straight burgundy pants and a nude strap sandal. The pink no longer seems delicate. It becomes feminine and sophisticated at the same time. The completing detail, a structured wine dark bag in leather, no ornaments. That's where the look closes. Not because it became full, but because it became balanced between softness and depth. Stylists call this working pink through anchoring, not contrast. The wine pulls the pink up the maturity scale without erasing the femininity. You can also try a wine skirt with a light pink short-sleeve shirt and matte nude mules. The result has the same sophistication. What to avoid? Ruffles, bows, and very delicate accessories with this palette. And wine in synthetic shine fabric undoes everything the combination achieved. It's a powerful palette. But the trick that comes now is the kind that changes how people read you from a distance, before they even get close. Before the next trick, let me tell you something. How many times have you opened a closet full of clothes and still thought, I have nothing to wear? The problem isn't a lack of clothes. It's that nobody ever taught you how to combine the pieces you already have. That's why I put together a guide with over 150 looks. Tested one by one, using only 15 pieces you probably already have at home. And the best part, you don't even need to think. Just choose the look, copy it piece by piece, and in 5 minutes, you're ready to go. The link is in the pinned comment and in the description. And if you're watching on TV, just point your phone at the QR code on the screen. Trick 6. After working with deep palettes, red seems too obvious. And that's exactly where the mistake lies. Most women avoid red thinking it will seem overdone, and those who don't avoid it usually use it the wrong way, mixing it with other strong colors, as if it needed to compete. Tomato red doesn't need competition. It needs silence around it. This is the 6th of 7 tricks, and it brings a logic that reverses what seems intuitive. Look at this outfit. Straight sand pants, a structured cotton white shirt, and caramel mules. Elegant, clean, functional, but too neutral. Now enters a structured tomato red bag on the arm. The entire look shifts register. Suddenly there's intention, there's personality, there's presence. The red didn't shout. It signaled. This is what stylists call the chromatic focal point, a vibrant color placed in just one element to guide the eye and anchor the reading of the entire look. The neutral base, sand, ivory, chocolate, holds the elegance. The red enters as a signature, not as noise. A tomato red blouse with straight chocolate pants and a small gold earring. The gold bridges the two tones without softening too much. Sophisticated red has a neutral base and breathes. Exaggerated red competes with everything and loses. This trick is already powerful. But the last one will leave you with a combination that very few women are using right this season. Trick 7, and we arrive at the 7th trick, the one I promised at the beginning, as the most transformative of all. If you stayed until here, it's because you really want to understand how color truly works. And this is exactly the level of combination I'm going to show you now. Grade lilac, cool lavender, or soft purple with light gray and silver accessories. Purple came back strong for summer 2026, but most women are using it the wrong way. Too vibrant, too sweet, looking like a costume instead of fashion. What stylists are doing is something completely different. Look at this outfit. Light gray wide leg pants, a short-sleeve grade lilac satin blouse, and matte silver mules. A thin silver hoop earring, no colorful bag, an ivory or off-white clutch closes without breaking the atmosphere. When lilac loses the excess sweetness and enters with a grayish base, it stops looking like candy and starts looking like couture. It becomes cool, calm, refined. The light gray doesn't compete, it amplifies. And the silver doesn't shout, it signs. This is the image that draws attention in silence, without apparent effort. The lesson is precise. The more lilac approaches gray, the more expensive it looks. Sweetness brings it down. Coolness elevates. And you know what's most beautiful? When you master the 7 combinations in this video, you no longer need to guess in front of the wardrobe. You look at what you have. You know what goes together. You know why it goes together. And you leave the house feeling exactly what every woman deserves to feel. Save this video and share it with a friend, because the next time you're putting together a summer look, you'll want this guide by your side.